Hey, boys and girls, it's me, Mr. Sunito, and I have a friend here with me today. It's Puppy. Remember Puppy? Yeah, Puppy's here with me today because I was able to go back up to school and get a few things to share with you. So, Puppy was someone that I thought you would like to see. So, remember Puppy from our morning meeting? We're not together, but we are still thinking of each other. I miss you, and I knew Puppy might bring back some good memories. And speaking of good memories, you know what Puppy gets? Let me see. Puppy's going to get one of these. And you know what goes with that? Oh, yeah. So, are you ready for today's book? Okay. Today's book is called Once a Mouse. Let's get to it. Now, before we get started, today's book takes place in another different country. The country that this book takes place in is India. And do you know where India is on the map? Well, I'm going to show you. If we go to Asia, oops, that's the continent of Asia. Make this a little bit bigger. You can see this is India. And India is a very large country. I'll show you. Look at that. And that's where this story takes place. And of course, you might remember that we've seen some other countries on this map. Remember Vietnam? Vietnam looks like an S. How about that? And here's Korea. We've got that. We've got Japan over here and China over here. Oh, I see Pakistan. I bet if you look at this map, you might find other countries that you've heard of, seen, maybe even traveled to. Let's get back to the book and read the story Once a Mouse. Once a Mouse. This story was first told in ancient India. What do you think the word ancient means? Well, ancient means that something is very, very old. So this is going to be a very old story. Marcia Brown, who you see at the bottom down here, I don't know if you can see it, I'll move it up. There you go. Marcia Brown retold this story. That means she didn't come up with the idea for the story. She heard it, and now she's telling it in a different way. She also made the illustrations in the book by carving them in wood. And the illustrations are so special that she won an award for them, a Caldecott Award. And that's what we've got up here. See what you notice about the illustrations as we read this story. Now, one more thing before we get started. This story is a special kind of story. It's called a fable. A fable. A fable is a kind of folk tale that uses animals as characters to teach a lesson. So look for the animal characters in this story. Once a mouse. Look at that. Do you see the different animals? Don't forget to look at the bottom. There's animals down here too. From ancient India, Once a Mouse, a fable cut in wood by Marcia Brown. One day, a hermit sat thinking about big and little. Suddenly, he saw a mouse. Now, a hermit is someone who lives a life alone, away from people, so that he can think. Do you see the hermit? The mouse was about to be snatched up by a crow. He hurried to help the poor little animal, and tearing him from the crow's greedy beak, he carried him off to his hut in the forest. There's his hut. That's where he lives. Where he comforted him with milk and grains of rice. But look, what do you see, boys and girls? Look carefully. A cat came to the hut with whiskers, straight and tail held high. But the hermit was mighty at magic as well as at prayer. When he saw the danger threatening his little pet, he quickly changed him into a stout cat. But wait a minute, wait. The hermit changed the mouse into a cat? Which cat used to be the mouse? Can you tell? Look at the way this cat looks. Let's keep reading. So it says, when he saw the danger threatening his little pet, he quickly changed him into a stout cat. But that night, a dog barked in the forest. Poor Puss ran to hide under the bed. The hermit wasted no time in thinking about how big or so big and changed the cat into a big dog. Look at that. Not long after that, a hungry tiger. Wait a minute. What keeps happening to the mouse? Oh my goodness, the hermit keeps turning him into different things, boys and girls. Okay, let's keep reading. It says, not long after that, a hungry tiger. Uh-oh. A hungry tiger was prowling in the forest and leaped on the dog. Fortunately, the hermit was nearby, and boys and girls, you know what's going to happen next, don't you? The hermit was nearby, and with a gesture, he changed the dog into a handsome royal tiger. Now, imagine the pride of that tiger. All day long, he peacocked about the forest, lording it over the other animals. Now, look at the way the tiger is acting. When it says he was peacocking, that means he was walking around all proud and showing off a little bit. Mm-mm-mm. Now, look at the other animals. See how they're kind of running away? Have you noticed the color red is used a lot? I see a lot of red. The hermit missed nothing of all this and chided the beast. That means he kind of was wagging his finger and was kind of, well, we might say, scolding him or kind of yelling at him a little bit. So he chided the beast. Without me, the hermit would say to him, you would be a wretched little mouse. That is, if you were still alive. There is no need to give yourself such airs. So the hermit is telling the tiger, you shouldn't walk around like that with your head up and just being so proud. And he's kind of telling him he needs to behave. The tiger felt offended and humiliated, maybe a little hurt. He forgot all the good he had received from the old man. No one shall tell me that I was once a mouse. I will kill him. Uh-oh. Can you remember what the hermit did for the tiger? The hermit was very good to the tiger when he was a mouse. But the hermit read the tiger's mind. You are ungrateful. Go back to the forest and be a mouse again. So the proud and handsome tiger turned back into a frightened, humble little mouse. Why does the hermit turn the tiger back into a mouse? Well, boys and girls, remember, the hermit says that the tiger is ungrateful. Ungrateful, that means he's not thankful for what the hermit has done. He doesn't appreciate what the hermit has done. He doesn't say thank you. And there he goes. Okay, so let me read this all the way through. So the proud and handsome tiger turned back into a frightened, humble little mouse that ran off into the forest and was never seen again. And the hermit sat thinking about big and little. Now, in fables, animal characters learn a lesson. What lesson did the mouse learn? I wonder if the mouse learned that he should be thankful when people do kind things for him. Well, let's get ready to do some writing. Why don't you go get your writer's notebook or some paper and a pencil, and I'll get set up. See you in a moment. Okay, boys and girls, are you set? You ready to write? Do you have your materials? Okay. So at the top of your page, let's write the title of the book, Once a Mouse, and don't forget to put those 3 little periods at the end. Don't forget to write your name. Put that right at the top. And today, we're going to try and remember all of the different things that the mouse was turned into in the book. Let's see if we can do that. So, at the very beginning, he was a mouse. That's pretty easy. So, on your paper, give yourself lots of room for this. And you're going to draw just a tiny little mouse and then write the word mouse underneath it. So let me see. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe something like that. Oh, I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to color it all in. There we go. Mine does not look perfect, and yours does not have to look perfect either. But we have to write the word mouse. So let's see if we can do that. M. What letter is that going to be? Ow. Now this is kind of a special sound. Ow. And we make it a couple different ways, but today, in the word mouse, we use two letters. We use O and U. Mouse. Mouse. And there is a silent E at the end. Now, after the mouse, the hermit turned him into something. Do you remember what the hermit turned the mouse into? We'll draw just a little arrow, and you're going to put that animal here. I'll give you a hint. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to give you a little hint. It goes meow. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. And if you don't remember, you're going to have to go back and watch the video again. So you're going to put that animal here, and you're going to have to label it. And then there was another animal. Do you remember what that was? Well, you're going to draw that animal in that circle, and you're going to label that one as well. And then there was another animal, and the animal got bigger. Do you remember? So I'm going to draw a bigger circle. Again, it does not have to be perfect. And of course, you have to label that animal. And then at the end, the hermit turned him back into a mouse. So look what we've done. We've created kind of a circle here with our arrows. And your job is to remember all the animals that the mouse was turned into, label them, and draw them. If you forget, just go back and watch the video again. And that's all we're going to do for today. How does that sound? When you finish, be sure to take a picture and send it to me in ClassDojo. I'll see you soon, boys and girls. Thanks.